Hey guys, up back with another video. This time I'm gonna do another classic WWE pay-per-view review. This time we got Over the Limit 2011. So let's get this underway, shall we? First off, we got Miz and Daniel Bryan on the cover. So let's get on with this, shall we? Kicked off the show with Rey Mysterio taking on R-Truth in the opener. This was pretty decent opener. R-Truth had just come off the heel turn, attacking John Morrison and pointing him out for a little bit. So yeah, he was on a roll as this newly heel. So this was his first kind of pay-per-view match as a heel. And yeah, he did all right match against Rey Mysterio. Pretty okay opener. Yeah, nothing really too much to it. R-Truth got the win, which I think was the right call because he was going on to face the month later he was in the main event for the championship. So it's kind of probably a good idea to have him win this match here. So pretty decent stuff right here. And yeah, okay. Next match, we had Wade Barrett taking on Ezekiel Jackson for the Intercontinental Championship. That's Wade Barrett the champion, Ezekiel Jackson the challenger. This was a nothing match, really. Didn't really care too much about it. It was pretty nothing, and it had a pretty predictable finish where the core of Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater, Wade Barrett's buddies, came out for the DQ. They ran in for the DQ and caused Ezekiel Jackson to win by DQ. Didn't really care too much about it. It was very predictable, and it was kind of, it was nothing really. It was nothing. So yeah. Anyway, next match, we had Sin Cara taking on Chavo Guerrero. Again, another nothing match really. This was Sin Cara's first pay-per-view match on the main roster, and it's against Chavo Guerrero, who unfortunately in 2011 people didn't care about. And I forgot about the Sin Cara lighting in this match, like the Sin Cara lighting that he used to have. I forgot about that until watching this match. You know, it was what it was. The right person won with Sin Cara winning, but this could have been on SmackDown. It didn't need to be on the pay-per-view. It is what it is, and I didn't really care too much about it. Anyway, next match, we had Big Show and Kane versus CM Punk and Mason Ryan for the tag team titles. Before the match started, Alberto Del Rio came out for a promo and just started, doing his usual nonsense Alberto Del Rio stuff. It is my destiny. It's my destiny. It's my destiny. Blah, 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 blah. All that bullshit. And Big Show and Kane interrupted him, kind of setting up Alberto Del Rio's next feud after this with Big Show. But yeah, anyway, back to the match. CM Punk and Mason Ryan versus Big Show and Kane for the tag team titles. It was okay. They spent a lot of time on Mason, how impressive Mason Ryan's strength was because he lifted Kane, not like anyone else like no one else in the entire world has ever lifted Kane before. But it was what it was. They were trying to get Mason Ryan over, and of course he was the one who took the pin. So, which I'm not complaining too much about because seeing where CM Punk was going after this, 2 months after this pay-per-view, at Money in the Bank 2011, I just find it a bit. It probably was the right result, but I find it just a bit weird that CM Punk 2 months before the pipe bomb and the match against Cena at Money in the Bank, 2 months before that, he's in a random tag team match that no one's going to remember at Over the Limit 2011. So anyway, Kane and Big Show got the win. It was what it was, and I didn't really care too much about it. I was just more baffled about why CM Punk was in a tag title match 2 months before he wins the championship at Money in the Bank. Spoilers alert. Anyway, next match we had Brie Bella defending the Divas Championship against Kelly Kelly. Well, again, nothing match really. Very forgettable. It says a lot when Michael Cole is on commentary, burying it on commentary, going like, "Oh, it's Divas action. Oh, time for a sleep," almost. And it's like when you got your lead commentator, I know he's the heel at that time, but still, when you got your lead commentator telling you to not care about the Divas match, it's like, well, it really says a lot about the company. It really says a lot about WWE. Basically telling its fans not to care about a certain match and like or women wrestling in general. So it's like, yeah, you can tell how much it's changed since, but it is what it is. The main part that this was a nothing match. The main part that I took away from this match was I forgot Nunzio was a referee. Nunzio, from the ECW FBI days. Nunzio was a referee in this match. I forgot all about that, so that was pretty nice to see, I guess. Apart from that, it was the usual nothing match, and the Balors won. Well, Brie Balor won technically because they did a little twin magic, and Nikki Bella was the one who got the win. Kind of stuff you would see on Money Out Raw around that time period, so wasn't anything special. Couldn't care less. Let's move on. Next match, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match. This is finally something I care about. We have Randy Orton defending the World Heavyweight Championship against the former champ, Christian. This was brilliant. Awesome stuff, man. Really was, it was my match of the night, which is very slim pickings, especially on this pay-per-view, but this was like heads and shoulders above the rest. Awesome stuff. Well, I would say head to feet better than the rest, shall I say, because the rest of this card was shit. But yeah, Randy Orton and Christian, they put on a really good match, really awesome stuff. It was the first match of their series of matches that they had on pay-per-view. Randy Orton would win the World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown. And I liked the counters, the back and forth counters that they did on this match, where Christian learned from his mistakes in the previous match when he went for the dive off the top rope and Orton caught him with the RKO. But this match he kind of baited Orton in with that, and that he got a near fall off it. So yeah, it was pretty nice. Pretty nice. Of course, Randy Orton would win this match with the RKO, and kind of teasing dissension a little bit at the end, where Christian kind of looked like he was about to walk out, but then decided to come back and shake Randy Orton's hand. But he kind of looked like, he's like, that at some point the turn was coming. And yeah, definitely my match of the night. These two really went out there and put on a good performance and awesome stuff. Really liked this match. I know, I wish that was it. Then we had the next match. Unfortunately, we have the next match. We have Michael Cole taking on Jerry the King Lawler in a Kiss My Foot match. Why the fuck did this have to go 3 pay-per-views? Like, if they would have done this match at WrestleMania, not in the Kiss My Foot match, but if they would have done the same kind of match at WrestleMania and had a 3-minute match and Jerry just beat him at WrestleMania and gotten us all over with, life would be pretty dandy in that, But instead of 3 minutes, we got 3 pay-per-views. It was short. This match was short. I wish the fucking entire feud was short. But the match was short. They embarrassed Michael Cole. They poured barbecue sauce all over him. Jerry got the win, of course. Michael Cole got barbecue sauce from JR smothered all over his face. Then he tried to leave. Then Bret Hart came out, which was very surprising. I forgot about Bret Hart coming out. And he basically threw Michael Cole back in the ring. He put him in the sharpshooter, and then Jerry stuck his foot in Michael Cole's mouth, as per the stipulation. I didn't need to see this. It was torture for my eyes. I'm just glad that it was over. I was just glad that this was the end of it. Unfortunately for me, I know one day I'll have to go back and review the other 2 matches. Not anytime soon, hopefully. I'm speaking to you, Beatdown Bunny. I hope you're doing well, bud. Yeah. So yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, about this match. I know I'm going to have to review it at some point, review the other 2 at some point, so I'm not looking forward to that. But we'll reach that point when we get to it. And yeah, apart from that, yeah, I'm glad that it was over, and I wish that I could unsee it. Anyhow, we get to the next match, which is the main event of the evening. We have John Cena defending the WWE Championship against The Miz in an I Quit match. John Cena's specialty. Very predictable finish. John Cena's going to win because it's an I Quit match. You're not going to beat John. You're never going to beat John Cena in an I Quit match. So, and it's the Miz. So, the match itself. How do I say this? If you like Miz, if you like watching John Cena get tortured, like he's in some sort of torture camp for 20 plus minutes by two men, Alex Riley and The Miz, with multiple weapons, and then in the middle of those weapon shots, Cena says, "No, I'm not going to quit," after Miz asks him, then this is a match for you. And of course, Cena coming back at the end after 1 minute of offense, and Miz immediately says, "I quit." If that's what you like, then that's the kind of match for you. The only positive I'll say is I can't believe John Cena put his body through this. There was a lot of aggression on the kendo sticks, leather straps, steel steps. Like some of the abuse that John Cena put his body through on this night, or in any I Quit match for that matter. Like I can't believe he did it. Especially this one. Like it was like no one's gonna remember this match. It was so Super Cena. Like it was so Super Cena. Like John Cena gets tortured like a Marine getting tortured, and from the enemy, and not giving the information that the enemy wants. So he continues to torture him more and more, and then at the end, the Marine finally. Miz tried to cheat at one point. He did the old Rock and Mick Foley spot from Royal Rumble, where he had a voice recorder over the mic of Cena saying the words "I quit," so he tried to win that way. But the referee caught it because Alex Riley was a dum-dum and decided to drop the phone on the floor. So the referee saw it and restarted the match. And then of course Cena went on offense for about a minute, threw Alex Riley through the table, strapped Miz a couple of times as Miz ran off like a little girl going up the ramp, and then he got him in the STF on top of the ramp, and Miz immediately says the words "I quit." And there you go, that was the match. I don't need to see this match again. It was what it was. It was typical Super Cena stuff. It was kind of hilarious to watch at points. It was very ridiculous babyface spooking. And yeah, didn't really do anything for Miz as a main eventer. I think this is the end of Miz as a main eventer. And I can see why. So, anyway, there you go, guys. There's my review of Over the Limit 2011. Jeez, 2011. So I'm so used to saying 2020s. That was my review of Over the Limit 2011. Hope you enjoyed it. Before I forget, I'm going to give this score a 2 out of 10. Apart from the Randy Orton match and the ridiculousness of the main event, which I found very hilarious at points. I had a funny time with that main event. It was very hilarious. Apart from that, this is a very forgettable pay-per-view. I'm not going to get angry about it because it is what it is. I didn't really care too much about. There's a lot of matches I didn't really care about on this card. So I'll give it a 2 out of 10, and there you go. Anyway, before I forget, I haven't done this for a couple of days. There you go. There's the disc, just in case you were interested. Just in case you're interested. There's a picture of Miz and Daniel Bryan on the cover from that's a picture that was taken at Night of Champions. Daniel Bryan is not even on this pay-per-view, as I've already gone through. And yeah, pay-per-view wise, it was certainly a forgettable pay-per-view. Apart from that Randy Orton versus Christian match. If you're going to go back and watch any match, that's the match I would suggest you go back and revisit if you're thingy. Apart from that, pretty forgettable pay-per-view, as I said, and that's it. Anyway, that's going to be it now, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if I deserve it. Comment below, tell me what you thought of the pay-per-view and my review. And I'll see you again next time. And I'm out.